Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. If this is your first time visiting me, I would like to thank you. While you're here, please like, subscribe, and share this channel. By taking this action, you will be helping the channel to grow. Also, take a moment to read my About page so that you can have some understanding about who I am. I would never copy another person's work, nor will I ever copy another person's title. That is because I am authentically me. This work is a part of my bloodline. I thank you for visiting, and I hope that you will return. Please check out my other videos. All are welcome to share his or her story in the comment section below, because your story may be a helpmate to someone else. My channel is a no judgment zone place for healing in some sort of way. If my video does not resonate with you, please do not try to make it fit your circumstances at all. For anyone else and everyone else that the message does make sense to, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. Once again, I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. This channel is all about healing, so let's begin healing together. I hope everyone is doing well. We're doing a Cancer reading, but we're going to do something different because we're going to go through the entire list of Cancers. You know, anytime that I do a reading, I always let everyone know that we are not the same. Each and every one of us are uniquely made. Depending on what day you were born, each zodiac sign energy is different. So let's just say we got 30 Cancers here. It depends on what day of the week that you were born that you would be your individual selves. We are not the same. All Cancers are not the same. All Scorpios are not the same. All Capricorns aren't the same. All Geminis aren't the same. You may be close siblings, but you're not twins, right? You're not identical twins. We're all uniquely made. No one is the same. So I said, you know what? I was going to do something different to dive into this Cancer reading. You know, I am a Cancer as well, but I'll let you know when my birthday comes up, you know. But we're going to dive into a Cancer reading. I tried to do a multi-guest, meaning that I was going to allow you guys to ask questions. I don't do that often. I'm just going to let it be known. I don't do that often because I'm a real one, meaning that I don't do the buffoonery, and I'm never going to pretend with anyone. So I do personal readings. Personal readings is where you allow me to go in to connect with your energy, and I tell you everything you see. I tell you everything I hear, everything I feel, everything I taste if I taste something. I dive deep with the person one-to-one. I am a psychic and I am also a medium. It's very rare that I allow any guest, but every once in a while I do. Today, if you saw me popping in and popping out, it's because I was trying to do multi-guests. Thank you so much. Thank you. And you have a great weekend as well, Ashton. Have a great weekend. But I tried. It didn't work. I worked on it for like 30, 40 minutes. I probably have to go back into my settings, but I'm going to let my daughter look it up for me. Look, I'm older, so I'm not a computer savvy person like that. No, nor am I a cell phone person like that. If you send me a text, I may not see your text from like 30 to 60 days from today. And that's a true story. I always say if it's an emergency, you'll either come to my house or you'll contact my husband or my daughter. Other than that, I promise you, I tried. I really did try. But we're going to do Cancers. Aquarius, y'all did your big ones for me. You supported, and I am truly grateful to each and every one of you. I tried to respond to all of your messages. I did. I tried to respond. I probably missed 1, 2, or 3, but I'll get to you soon. I have 2 people in the background that I need to get to as well. One that I'm going to be doing a personal reading with, and the other I'm going to be sending out a deck of cards. And both people I was supposed to contact, I haven't had the chance yet. I did something different this morning. I was up at 6 o'clock and headed out the door. Listen, I never get up that early, but I was on a mission. I was on a mission. So let's get to this Cancer reading. I hope everyone is doing well. Those of you who follow me, you know that anytime I get started in a reading, I put the camera on the desk so that you can watch me shuffle the cards. You can watch me cut the cards. Listen, I don't want to do anything frivolous over here. I don't like even me, if I go to one of my personal readers, because I do have 2 solid readers that I go to personally, and I need to watch you cut the cards. I don't want you to have nothing laid out on the desk for me. And so I try to give you the same courtesy that I want for myself. I thank you to all the monkeys. I want to thank all the monkeys out there. Monkey see, monkey do. And, you know, I'm not mad at you because you recognize a real one. So to all the monkeys, I just want to say hello. Monkey see, monkey do. So to all of you who come up here and try to take my content, thank you, because you're not only dealing with me, you're dealing with my spiritual team. So here we are. Let's get to this Cancer reading. We're going to have fun today. I promise we're going to have fun. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Those of you who know me, you know I love starting off with my spiritual news deck. Oh, Cancer, we going straight through. It's going to be fun, just like I said. And this deck is special to me. A young lady from Chicago made this deck. And when I purchased this deck, she contacted me. She said, I get money back because I don't have any decks available. I'm still waiting for them to be produced. And she said, and then when they are produced, I will contact you. And I said, hold the money. I trust you. I could feel her energy. And let me tell you what she did. When the deck came in, she not only sent me my deck, she sent me another deck as well. And I mess with her heavy. I respect her. And this is called the Spiritual News Deck. So if you are just getting started and if you want a deck that really works, you always have to put your energy into them. But this is a great starter. But let's get to this reading. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. This is for the sign of Cancer. We're going to see, oh my gosh, do you see all these cards that came out? That's because, listen, Cancers, I'm going to do a big one for you today. That's why so many of them came out. But we only need one. We only need one from this deck. In other news, Someone whom you haven't seen or heard from in a while will soon be making a reappearance in your life. This can be an old friend, an ex-lover, or a family member. So you might not have spoken to someone in quite some time. And you may still not want to speak to them. Hey, how you doing? But guess what? They're coming in. They're coming to talk. And they just want to work things out. But they're going to test your temperature before they come all the way in. But deep down on the inside, you're going to be happy that they came to speak. On the outside, you're going to be trying to hold that straight face. Like, I really don't want to see you because I don't mess with you like that. But on the inside, you're like, I hope they changed. I hope they changed. And me too for you. We have in other news at the bottom of the deck, it's time to stop beating yourself up. There may be a situation in your life where you only blame yourself, and that's not fair. When it comes to this, know that everything will eventually work itself out. So, what are we doing? Because I'm speaking to someone who always take the blame for someone else's action. So, your sister wanted to start an argument, and just because you don't want to argue, you be like, you right, you right. Your boyfriend or your girlfriend want to start an argument, your significant other, your husband or your wife, for no reason, just because they're having a bad day. And just because you don't want to argue, you're right, you right, I'll take that. Spirit is saying, stop doing that. You have to put a person in his or her place and let them know, look, whatever you got going on, don't bring that shit over here. Don't bring it to me because I don't want to absorb that energy. You have to set boundaries no matter who it is. I don't care if it's your child or children. I don't care if it's a parent or parents, a sibling or siblings with an X, plural. I don't care who it is, your significant other. When somebody else has something going on and they really can't take it out on the person that they want to, they'll come and they'll throw and put it on you, and you can't keep taking the blame for their mess. So Spirit is saying is time to stop beating yourself up because you want to sit up straight. You want to hold your chin up and poke your chest out and say, get the fuck out of my face with that nonsense. I don't want to hear it. I'm not here for it. And I'm not going to allow you to ruin my day. Plain and simple. Boundaries, but in a respectable way. And that is my respectable way, I promise you. That's respectable. So, Cancers, let's get ready for this reading. I hope everyone is doing well. I sincerely do. And we're going to go over every day of the week. And I hope all of my equipment holds up for you. I don't always remember to charge things. Sometimes I don't even charge my own cell phone, but I did my best. We're going to work our way through this, but we're starting with June 21st, right? So your number is a number 3. Always remember that. So June 21st, Cancers, your life sign is a number 3. So this individual born on this day, you know, you're like a Gemini, Cancer, cusp. And you're very chatty. You talk a lot, like me. But you do. You talk a lot. And you're quick-witted. That means that when somebody tries to say something smart to you and they think like, ooh, I crunched your face, you come back with a harder blow. So that June 21st, Cancer, they're very self-expressive. You're not going to win that argument with them because Gemini, let's just talk about Gemini, they are chatty as well. They argue And they like to sting. They do. They like to sting. A lot of people say that Geminis have multiple personalities. So when they are arguing with someone or trying to hurt someone with their words, they're using both of those people. They're using those multiple personalities to make sure that they win the argument. So now on June 21st, we have this Cancer who has that Gemini energy rolled up inside of them, who is also a chatty person and who also is very quick-witted. So if you come to them to start an argument, they are with the shits. They're like, okay, bring it. Bring it, because I gave you a warning. I really didn't want to have to do this, but I am. But let me just tell you about this Cancer. They are very approachable, but it's how you approach them. So if you're coming with that good energy, they're going to respond to you with that good energy. But if you're coming to them with that negative energy, they're going to respond to you with that negative energy. That's what this Cancer is going to do. Let me just tell you, my water signs, we got to love them. We have to love our water signs, right? They are the nurturers. And June 21st, just because they got a big mouth and they can win an argument with anyone, it doesn't mean that they don't love you. You ever, listen, I come from the old school. We used to get a spanking, right? And after we would get a spanking, you know what they would say? And I still love you. And me, I'm like, well, damn it, if you love me, you wasn't supposed to hurt me. But that's what they would say. And I love you the same. You love me the same, but you just spank me with a belt or you got to switch. But that's what we're doing here today. June 22nd, Cancer, their lifeline is that number 4. So those of you who are born on June the 22nd are warm, you're friendly. You know, you have this wonderful energy. Sometimes people say you're a little loony. Like, you know, the Looney Tunes, the cartoons. You're funny. You're fun to be around. And guess what? That's what they say. But you are a gem. Let me just say, June 23rd, Cancer, this is that number 5 Cancer, right? So this individual that was born on June 23rd, let me just say this. You're very sturdy. Very sturdy. You're very poised between your emotions of being sensitive and being solar. So this person is stern. You don't know if they're happy or sad. You can't really look at this Cancer and judge their emotions at all. You can't really judge June 23rd emotions at all. You don't know which way they're coming. You know, a lot of people think that Cancers are so sensitive. That June 23rd Cancer is not sensitive at all. So let me just say, be careful with that one. On June 24th, that's that number 6, right? So crabs that are born on that day are very ambitious and hardworking. They are. They are very ambitious. They're hardworking. They're all about the money. They're all about that good life. They're all about having. Let me tell you, it's all about success for them. So that June 24th Cancer, this is that hard worker. They're all about that money. Now, here we go on June 25th, the Cancer, that's a number 7. Let me just say this. This individual falls in the line of a truth seeker. They want the truth. If they don't feel like that you have given them the truth, they're going to spend a lifetime searching for the right answer. So let's just say if you tell a lie to this June 25th Cancer, they may not fuck with you anymore. They may just let you go. However, to prove their theory of what they're feeling, that they know that you told a lie, They're going to search to the ends of the earth to prove that you lied. So that June 25th Cancer, just be careful with them. Don't lie to them, because if you think you told a simple white lie, guess what? It means so much to them. It makes a difference if they're going to be in your life or not, if they decide to cut you off or not. So just be careful with that, Cancer. So now we're rolling into June 26th. That's that number 8. This Cancer is very dynamic. Not to say that you're all not dynamic, but this individual possesses enormous drive and perseverance. They're very persistent. So let's just say if they filled out an application and the job hasn't gotten back to them yet, they're going to keep calling to let the job know, hey, I want this job. I am determined. This is that go-getter. So let me just say, this one is different. June 27th, Cancer, that's that number 9. So the crabs that are born on this day, you know, they have that heightened energy of awareness. They are very aware of their surroundings. So that helps them to emphasize who's in pain. This is that impact. I know everybody thinks that every Cancer, just because they're a Cancer, that they are an empath, and everyone does not have those abilities. I don't know where people be getting their information from, but everyone doesn't possess those abilities. But the ones that do, was that June 27th Cancer. Let me tell you, they just are aware. So you're not going to pull the wool over their head. Let me just tell you that. So we have that June 28th Cancer, and they come with that number 1. They come with that and still number 1. Let me just say that. You know, this Cancer is aggressive. That June 28th Cancer is very, very aggressive. This one is different. You know how a lot of people think that Cancers can never be aggressive, that they are not the fighter, that they won't talk junk because they are so sensitive and that they are so passive. This June 28th Cancer, I dare you. They can stand up to the Scorpio, to the Aries, to the Capricorn, and to that damn bull, the Taurus. June 28th Cancers, they are about that life. Let me tell you, they are very, very, very aggressive, more than any other Cancer. So if you sat around and if you misunderstood the zodiac signs and you interpreted it wrong, I'm here to clear things up, and we're going to do it in the right way. That June 28th Cancer is not to be messed with. They are with, can I say, the shits. They are with it. We have that June 29th Cancer, though. This is that number 2. Listen, this Cancer is very intuitive. Some of them born on this day, the 29th, are empaths. And some are psychic. Some don't even realize that they are. Some of them think that they're having deja vu. I've been here before. And those are those psychic energies that they push away and they don't dig deep within themselves. But that June 29th Cancer is very, very intuitive. You'll probably always wonder, how do they know? And they wonder, how do they know their own selves? And that's because this is a very intuitive sign. The Cancer born on this day, on the 29th, they're different. So just be careful with that Cancer. They know, they feel, they hear, they see. And a lot of them are not tapped in, but they will soon be. We have that June 30th Cancer. That's that number 3. Look at my fingers. That's that number 3. This one is quick-witted as well. Very sharp. Strong in the mind. This one is very intuitive as well. So not only are they quick-witted, very intelligent, this person is very emotionally approachable as well. So you can walk up to them and be like, hey, how you doing? They can give you that wonderful conversation. This is all of those days wrapped into one. This Cancer is different, very intuitive, very intelligent. Those of you who are born on June 30th. I'm not saying that the rest of you are not intelligent, but you're not as intelligent as that one. I'm just going to be honest with you. You know, don't kill the messenger. It is what it is. But we have that July 1st. Come on, Cancers. We're rolling in to July 1st. This is that number one. And yes, they are still number one, like KRS once said. The crabs that are born on this day are aggressive. Just like those June Cancers. So have you heard people say, well, I'm a June Cancer, I'm a July Cancer, and they think that it's a big difference. No, it matters on what day you were born, because this July Cancer born on the 1st is just as aggressive as that June Cancer that I told you about. So be careful with this one as well. You know, this Cancer, who is a Cancer sun, they are eager to latch on to projects. They are eager to be creative. They are eager to make that money. They're all about challenges, because they don't look at anything as I might fail, I can't do it. They look at everything as I accept any challenge that you give to me because I can do it. I can get it done. This one is very adventurous. Yes, they have a shrewd mind, but that protects them. So that July 1st Cancer, let me tell you, they are different. They are different. So once again, I have to remind you so you won't ever forget it. When people say, I'm a June Cancer, I'm a July Cancer, just say, shut up. You make no sense. What day were you born? That's what we really need to discuss. So this July 2nd Cancer, and I told you I'm going to tell you what Cancer I am, but we just haven't gotten there yet. But that July 2nd Cancer, understand that that number 2 is a very powerful number, that number 2. But this Cancer is a number 2. You know, those of you who celebrate this day, you're very warm. You're gentle. Now, this is the nurturer. You're gracious. That means that if someone gives you something small, here you go, July 2nd, you're grateful. You'll say thank you. For the smallest of gifts to the largest of gifts. You know, you're very poised. You're very compassionate. You care about people. So just be careful, July 2nd Cancer, because people see your big heart. And some people take advantage of that big heart. And know what you'll say when somebody hurts you? They were going through something. They didn't mean it. I'm going to give them another chance. And then they keep, they just keep stabbing you in the back because you let them. And then you sit back and you wonder why. That's just who you are. You are a nurturer. You are a nurturer. But you also have to learn how to protect you. So that July 3rd Cancer, this is that number, very cheerful. Let me tell you, they like to laugh. They like to have fun. They're easygoing, good to be around. You know, let me just tell you that. And this Cancer is determined to succeed in life. They're determined to succeed. So in a relationship, they want to succeed. They don't want to fail. They want to go the distance with their children. They want their children to be successful. So they'll stay up all night long to study to make sure that their child does get an A on the spelling test. This one is going to stay extra at work. Whether you give them the extra money or not, they're like, I'll do it. I'll stay. I can help. That July 4th Cancer, here we go. That July 4th, this is that number 4 Cancer. Let me just say, this Cancer is very successful. And I think those of you who are born on this day, you already know this about yourself. So when people are out there celebrating on July 4th, some of you shouldn't even be celebrating on July 4th, but that's a whole nother story. I'm not going to dig into that right now. It's okay to watch the fireworks. Who doesn't like to see nice and bright and shiny things? But the history behind it, we're not going to discuss it. But that July 4th Cancer, you're very successful. You were born to be successful. Let me just say that, and we're going to leave it right there. You were born to be successful. So if you don't feel like you are at where you should be, whose fault is that? Because you were blessed to have that energy of success. That's your birthright. So get to it. July 5th Cancers, you're that number 5. Let me just say, and I don't want to say this because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but I have to say this. This Cancer is basic. You're basic. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but people like to take words and run with them. And people like to take words and they like to change the narrative of the word. But basic could be a beautiful thing. That means that you don't want to fit the mold of what somebody thinks that you should be. You are who you are. You're not trying to be flashily. You're not trying to be overdressed or underdressed. What you see is what you get. Who you are is who you are. This Cancer, though, is sensitive. Very sensitive. So, if you have a Cancer friend, if you have a Cancer person that you're in a relationship with that was born on July 5th, this is a good person. This is not a materialistic person. This is someone that is strong mentally, but they have very powerful emotions. Don't hurt this one. Because you ever heard of that thing called karma? Or is she coming to get you if you hurt this one? Because this one, they give you their all. Let's talk about the July 6th Cancer. We have to get into it. This is that number 6 sign. Those of you who are born on this day, you like being alone. You like being alone. I don't care if you're in a relationship. You like, I need my time. I need a couple of days to myself. Can you go sleep on the couch tonight? I'm going to go spend the night at my parents' house if you live close to them. But that July 6th Cancer, they don't mean any harm. But every once in a while, they need their woo-sa moment. They do. They really do. So let's go to that July 7th Cancer. That's that number 7 energy. So, you know, the crabs that are born on this day, once again, this is a truth seeker. You know, do you watch the History Channel? And you watch them tell you stories about the old, about the ancient. This one, that July 7th Cancer, they want to do the research for themselves. They don't want you to tell them what you research. They want to do their own research because they don't want to leave any stone unturned. This is that truth seeker. They hunger, they thirst for knowledge. This one studies hard. Let me just tell you that. You know, they have this energy of a psychic sponge. That means that anything that they encounter, they absorb. So when you're speaking about an empath, this one right here is the true definition of an empath. Everybody and their mother nowadays, they're like, I'm an empath. And so many people are so full of shit. I hear so many people, I'm a psychic, full of shit. I'm a medium, full of shit. I am a successful tarot reader, full of shit. Especially when you come on other people's platform and you try to copy their work or what they're saying. Monkey see, monkey do. That July 8th Cancer, though, let's get to it. That's that number 8 energy, isn't it? So let's celebrate, because this Cancer, this one is tough as well. Once again, I got to go back one more time. People say June Cancers are different than July Cancers. Y'all don't make no sense. Those of you who fall into that trap, it all depends on what day you were born. But this one has tough skin. Not only do they have tough skin, they're tender as well. They're very charming. What you see is what you get. How you treat them is how they will treat you. What people don't understand about the crab, they have the pinchers. And the pinchers were meant to protect who they are and to protect the things that they love, the people that they love around them. And they don't have a problem with pulling them out to grab a hold if need be. And guess what? If you tried to break their pincher, tried to break their arm, let me tell you how tough a Cancer is. While a lot of you like to say they're so sensitive, the arm grows back. The pincher grows back. They're different, right? You talking about rejuvenation, transformation. That's the Cancer. But this one is very tough. And even though they're tough, guess what? They're very tender. There's 2 Cancers. We have one that's the hard shell. Then we have the other that's the soft shell. Now, the soft shell is only soft for a few days, a few hours. And then it regrows its hard shell. You're only going to catch the hard shell one hard all the time. But the soft shell one will shed its hard shell to rejuvenate and to grow another one. The other Cancer that you always see with their toughness, that hard shell, is never going to allow you to see them shed that shell. But this soft shell crab, they will. That's that July 8th Cancer. Be careful with them, because to whereas you may take their kindness as a weakness, when they're over that, they're coming back to strike. So they're tough, but they're tender. So just be careful with them. We have that July 9th Cancer. Let's speak about this July 9th Cancer. Ooh, very intuitive. This one has psychic abilities. And this one has started tapping in. And what I mean by tapping in is getting to know thyself. This one has hunches. And their hunches, 9 times out of 10, are accurate. They're right. So if this one tries to tell you something or to give you a warning, please pay attention and listen. Because this one is very, very, very intuitive. They're different. They're very intuitive. And they warn you to protect you. They're not warning you to try to control you. They know. This July 10th Cancer, this is back to that number 1 energy. This is back to that number 1 energy. So if you are a July 10th and we're talking about the sun of the Cancer, the sun sign, you know, you have this pioneering spirit. And you have this openness to want to change the world. There's a Cancer right now who doesn't discuss what's going on in the world. And you dislike talking about politics, but you hate what you're seeing. And I don't want to go too deep into this, but You just dislike what you're seeing no matter what someone's race is. You want everything to be in alignment. You want everything to be balanced. This July 10th Cancer is a crusader. They want to fight for the rights of others. It doesn't matter who you are or who they are. This is who they were meant to be. When something is wrong, they're going to voice their opinion. If something is right, they're still going to voice their opinion. Now, let's speak about the July 11th Cancer. This is that number 2 energy. So people born on this day are very ambitious people, very ambitious. But this one is sensitive as well. This one has very powerful emotions. This one doesn't want to fail. So let's just say if they have a test tomorrow, if they're in school, high school, college, whatever the case may be, if they're studying something, they're ambitious, they'll study all night long. And if they get a C on the test, they're begging the professor, hey, can I get a do-over? I can't accept that C. Hello, Relly. Relly, I just mentioned you a little while ago. I did not forget about you. After this reading, I will be with you. But that Cancer, very ambitious, doesn't like to fail at all. So now let's get to the July 12th Cancer. This Cancer is a number 3 energy. Do you guys see the way I make my number 3? A lot of people, have spoken about like the way I shuffle cards, like I'm a card shark. I am not a card shark. I do not like to play cards at all. And but people always have something to say about something, right? Listen, these right here, these are battle wounds, right? Some people got gunshot wounds, right? Because they've been shot and they survived. And then some people have other wounds to whereas they did some foolish things as I did. But my hands are the way they are. And so they don't move like everybody else's. But I'm that Cancer. And if I need to pinch, I will. But this July 12th Cancer is very ambitious, very reluctant to admit that they crave success. This Cancer wants to win, but they'll never tell you. They want to be successful, but they'll never tell you. And you may say to them, why do you work so hard? And they won't say because they're trying to climb the ladder at their job. They want to be the manager. They want to be the CEO. You may think like, dag, how broke are they? Why do they need so much extra? This one wants to be successful and will only be successful. So this one strives for perfection. The July 13th Cancer, that 13, everybody think that 13 is a very unlucky number, and it is not. Always remember that every number is an angel number. I promise you. This is a number 4 Cancer. That July 13th is that number 4. This Cancer is very serious. They are serious with everything that they do. So let's just say if somebody walked up and made a joke. Cancer, this one may not laugh. They're like, I don't find what you said funny, because this one is always in determined mode, determined to win. They take life as a responsibility. They don't take things for granted. Anything that they have, they appreciate, because most people born on this day, that July 13th, let me tell you what happened to them. A lot of them had a rough start at life. I'm not saying all of them, but I'm saying a lot of them. If you replay that July 11th, I'm going to repost this video, but you'll be able to catch it. And so now we're here at that July 14th. That's that number 5. You are unique, very unique. But listen, each and every one of us in this world, we're all uniquely made. It's like a snowflake. Not one is the same as the other. We're all uniquely made. You understand what I'm saying? So understand that this person is their own individual. This one doesn't like to be compared to anyone because this one knows how special they are. And that's a real thing. So never compare this one to another because that July 14 Cancer, they know who they are. So let's get down to the July 15. We're almost at the close of Cancer season, right? For this video. But you know, the July 15 Cancer, that's that number 6 energy. This Cancer is all about family. This one loves their family. And this one will work hard for the family to make sure that each and every person is in position. This one is very nurturing. This one is a hard worker. You know, it's like there's a queen bee. So imagine the queen bee is the mother. And then this July 15th Cancer is a worker. And this worker, even though they have other siblings that work too, and that they have jobs, this July 15 Cancer is going to make that everyone is in a good position, that no one fails, no one struggles, no one loses. This one is all about their family. This one is hardworking. So it doesn't matter what the next man has. This one is always willing to make sure that you have much more, that you have enough, and that you won't fall. This one will not allow the family to fall. That July 16th Cancer, that's that number 7 energy. You know, this one is very shy. Very shy. You may not know that they're shy, but they are. They're very shy. But their strength comes from their purpose. And even though this one is very strong, anything that they do it in a purposeful way. So let's just call this July 16 Cancer the one that has the Midas touch. And they know that everything that they touch does turn to gold. However, they're shy. They will stand in the background and allow someone else to be the victor over something that they just discovered, that it was their idea. They will. Because they're like, okay, we're all a part of a team. But as long as the team is successful, this one is shy. And I understand that we are all born to be who we are, but you have to stop letting people take credit for what you do. We have that July 17 Cancer. That's that number 8 energy. So individuals that are born on this day are very fragile. And I'm one of those people. And I always quote Martin Luther King, and it's a part of my email attachment, that a man can't ride your back not unless it's bent. This one is very fragile. You can't say anything to this one because this one will become easily offended. You can't joke with this one because this one thinks that you're really trying to make fun about them. So this one is sensitive. I have to say that they're fragile. And I love to tell people that Cancers have very powerful emotions, but the one that's born on the 17th, they're a little different. This one is very friendly, and this one expects that if they're friendly to someone, that everyone should be friendly to them. This one has not mastered the art. This one is still a little bit delusional, that thinking that the way you treat people is the way that someone is supposed to treat you. In a perfect world, that would make sense, but this is not a perfect world. So this one has to learn to put their guard up a little bit that July 17th, to start protecting themselves instead of always crying. Why did they say that? Why did they do that? Why do people act like that? That's because of that's who they are. So don't soak it in. You know, it has nothing to do with you, but you're so fragile, you feel like it does have everything to do with you. That July 18th Cancer, that's that number 9, engine number 9, right? On the New York Transit line. If my train falls off the track, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Listen, that number 9, I love number 9. I get excited when I feel, hear, see a number 9. That energy of that number 9 is something different, but the July 18th Cancer has that number 9 energy. And I love that for you. You know, you are a champion. You see yourself as the underdog. You think people see you as the underdog, but they really don't. You are a champion within your own right. Let me just tell you, you are so tactful. You're so agreeable with people that you think that someone has underestimated you, and that's not true. That's not true. You are a champion. People see it. You are not the underdog. Let me tell you that. So rewire that brain. It's time to start anew and take your position because people see you. They know you. That July 19th Cancer, let me just say, that's that number 1 energy for you. Now, that July 19th Cancer is very, very complex. You're a different type of person. You're very bright, very smart, very intelligent, very independent as well. You don't need anybody. That's what you always say because you're so protective over who you are. You're like, I'm not borrowing. I'm not going to ask anybody for anything because I don't need you to throw that back up in my face. Listen, your business, it would be better for you to look into creating that business at home because it's going to bring in a lot of money for you. You really don't get along with people like that. You're very adventurous. People see you. You love to have fun. But you're always in that self-protective mode thinking that somebody is out to get you. And your actions are very impulsive, right? You may hurt the ones that you love. And that's not fair at all. But I see a home-based business for you. I see that it's going to be very lucrative. So if I'm speaking to someone and that's what you're thinking about, diving into a business home, at home, you're going to be very lucrative in it. But stop thinking that everybody is going to get you. It's okay to be independent, but sometimes people need people. That July 20th Cancer, we're about to wrap it up. That's that number 2 energy, right? That's that powerful energy again, because anytime that you see a number 2 or 22 or 222 or 2222, those numbers hold great power. The number 22 is the most powerful number in the universe. So anytime that you see the number 2, know that at that time, whatever is going on, whatever you're thinking about, you have the power to bring about. Listen, July 20th Cancer, you are very tactful. And you can adapt in any environment. You're a different type of energy. You know, you believe that everything is possible because it is. You don't doubt. You like, listen, I'll find a way to get it done. I will get it done. You have no doubt. And I wish that everybody could be like that, but people are learning that is the best way to be able to meditate, to manifest what it is that you desire to have for yourself. So now let's get to this July 21st Cancer. That's that number 3 energy. You know, let me just say this. The great debater. The great debater. If somebody tells you that the sky is blue, you'll make them feel like, nah, the sky is green. You'll make them look at it once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. You are the best debater. Let me tell you, you will be great at being a politician. You make people see what you want them to see. And that's a different type of energy. You may even be great at being a salesperson because you can sell shit to a toilet. Let me just say that. You are strong within your own right with that type of power. Use it for something beautiful. Use it for something wise. Use it to be able to be a helpmate for someone. Now, I told you that I'm a Cancer as well. And I told you that I'll tell you when my turn is coming up. And no disrespect to my fellow water signs, I am July 22nd. They saved the best for last. And I am the last born child, meaning my mother has 3 girls and I am number 3. But I am that July 22nd Cancer. That's that number 4 energy. And that number 4, if you've been to my readings, I always tell people anytime that we see the number 4 is for you to make a wish. I get to make a wish. I get to keep them in my pocket because that energy is the number 4. So those of you who are born on July 22nd, this is that Cancer with the Leo cusp. And you are very creative. You can create whatever it is that you desire. You are very artistic. So whether you're a singer, a songwriter, you're a writer, you master the art of whatever you put your hands to. Now, you do have the flair for the dramatic, right? You do. And people see you as that way. You make a mountain out of a molehill. So, just calm down with that. But let me just say, you believe in yourself. So continue to believe in yourself. You are very self-assured. And that goes a long way because sometimes it takes people a long time to realize who they are. But you were born to hold your head up high. And I commend you for that. Male or female, you are very charming. And you have that sunny personality that people are attracted to. And listen, I could say a lot more about July 22nd because I am one, but I'm going to keep it short for everyone. I'm going to keep it short. But I've already cleansed my space, as you know. I do that before the reading, or I will do that after the reading. But we're going to do a quick reading for the sign of Cancer. I hope everyone is doing well. You are who you are. You are who you are. You are who you are, Cancer. We are siblings. So we are siblings. We're not cousins. We're siblings. We're just not the same. Everybody thinks that, June Cancers are different than July Cancers. Whoever taught you that, please don't believe the hype. Everyone who was born on their authentic day is who they were meant to be. But we all have the power to write our own stories because we are the authors of our own story. We're all powerful. We're all magnetic within our own right. And it's up to you, the individual, to dive deep in right here to the core of you, to the soul of you, and to begin to use your powers. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Cancer. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Spirit guides, what message do you have for Cancer? Haven't used these cards in a while. Spirit guides, what message do you have for Cancers at this time? What does Cancers need to know? Spirit guides, what does cancers need to know? Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm truly grateful. One more. Oh, I don't need one more card. That's a whole 9-card spread. So let's get to it. We're starting off with the moon. And everyone that's a Cancer is connected to the moon. If you are a water sign, you are connected to the moon. You have all that wonderful magic. Everyone does their readings differently. But I'm here to teach you something different. When people talk about the moon, they make the moon seem like it's something dark. People think that you can only grow under the light of the sun, that the sun is the only thing that nourishes us. For my ladies out here, and I mean no disrespect to my gentlemen who are ladies as well that you want to be, but to my ladies who can carry a child within their womb, there is no light in there. There's darkness. But the child is able to grow. Life is created under darkness. Life is created under the night. The moon lights up the sky of the night. It's a life force for each and every one of us. That full moon energy is harvest time. Things still grow just like they do in the sunlight. We have full moon energy. So whatever it is that you desire, ask for it, and it shall be given. Really do your homework. Do your research. And let me tell you, don't go look up anything on YouTube or try to learn from another person about the moon, because some people say the moon is real. Some people say the moon is fake. It's a hologram or it's hollow. Speak to it because it will respond. We have the 6 of Pentacles, right? The 6 of Pentacles. That's you, Cancer, sharing. Because that's what you do. You're always sharing, the giver. So you're either sharing information, you're sharing some sort of resource. This says that you're sharing. And there's nothing wrong with that because that's who you are. But we have the Capricorn card here. We have the Capricorn that is known as the Devil card. Let me tell you something. A lot of people look at this card as being something negative. But when this card appears to you, that means you're holding on to something that you need to let go of. You know, whatever that is for you, because this is not a one-to-one reading to whereas I can go deeply with you, but there's holding on to something that you need to let go of. Whatever that addiction is for you, it's time for you to let go of, free yourself from it. You know why? Because we have the Empress. So let me just say, when the Empress shows up in the reading, that's beauty. Beauty in every way that you can imagine. Beautiful with your energy because you're so giving. You love to share. As we saw with the 6 of Pentacles, very nurturing. The Empress is a mother as well. And that's what Cancers are known as the mother. Always willing and able and ready to protect what she or he loves. We have the King of Wands. Cancers, you are a natural born leader no matter what anyone has ever told you. And I shared with you the story of Cancers. Once upon a time, there was a crab on the beach. And when this crab was on the beach, all the animals in the sea started acting different. But they didn't understand what was going on. Everybody was just acting a little rowdy. But the Cancer started feeling, knowing that something was wrong. The empath that the cancers are, this cancer, this crab, knew something was off and that this is not how the creatures of the sea should be acting. This cancer, this crab could have saved his or herself and got himself to a safe place, but it did not. It went back into the ocean and it let every sea creature know that danger was coming in and they needed to get themselves to safety. So there was a goddess who saw this, how the cancer wasn't selfish, and shared the warning. And so that's why we have become known as the nurturer. We are stronger than people give us credit for. They think that we're so sensitive, and that's only because we love who we love. We care about who we care about. Plain and simple. So the next time that someone wants to call a cancer weak, they want to call you sensitive, just say, we have very powerful emotions. And I can't help that we care about strangers just as well as our own. We are just loving people, plain and simple. We have the Queen of Cups. You're showing up in your own reading, Cancer, male or female, kind-hearted, as I was just speaking about. We are very kind, and a lot of times people like to take our kindness as a weakness. But that's what these are for. I keep mine out. Some of you may put yours up, but I always keep my pinchers out. I'm ready to, you know what I mean? But we have Libra. There's judgment. Let me tell you the beautiful thing about this card. This is rebirth. There are so many people that have kicked you in your back, Cancer. They punched you. They were like Jesse James. Jesse James shot people from behind. But yet Jesse James was taught to us that, oh, he was some hero. Until the truth was told that all his victims he shot in the back. People have stabbed you in the back. Not only did they stab you in the back, they stabbed you from the front. That's why we have judgment coming in. And there's something beautiful. There's something magical that's going to happen for the sign of Cancer. That's rebirth. That's that phoenix that gets to rise from the ashes. We get to share some of our cousin's energy, which is Scorpio. Scorpio is the authentic sign of the phoenix. And being that they are our cousins, they are a water sign, they're sharing that energy with us so that we can transform, that we can grab the energy of rebirth. Something has to be let go of, as we saw with the Capricorn card, the Devil card. There's something that you need to let go of. And anytime that you have to put an end to something, something wonderful happens. There's a rebirth. For some of you, remember the very first card that we had was someone whom you have not seen in a while, that you haven't heard from, will soon be making a reappearance in your life. This could be an old friend or a family member or an ex-lover. Guess what? This is someone that the two of you lost contact for one reason or another. For some of you, it wasn't pleasant at all. I'm seeing that there was a lot of disrespect. But Cancer, you stay solid. The judgment is that you are about to be blessed in front of all of these people that hurt you. But there is someone coming in and they want to apologize. And Cancer, knowing who you are, you may be like, okay, I'll accept your apology. And some of you will let that person right back into your home. And others of you will be like, I'll see you when I see you. But there's a judgment call being made. You have to let something go. in order for you to have this new beginning. And we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning. So Cancer, this is a new beginning. A new beginning, a new beginning, a new beginning, a new beginning. And I love that new beginning because that beginning starts when you are ready. So that new beginning can start as soon as you get off this live and just say to the universe, I am ready. Right here, right now, I surrender. I trust, I believe, I have faith. I know the victory is mine. But that happens when you walk away from something, when you let something go. With the Eight of Cups is walking away. Walking away from past hurt, past pain, and moving on, knowing that your future is so bright. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is happy news. The happy news is you are the author of your own story. And you get to write your next chapter. If you see it, you need to believe it. We are creative Cancers. Each and every one of us are very creative. So use the power of your imagination. Go back to that childlike state when you would imagine that one day I'll be a fireman. One day I want to be a cheerleader for the Dallas Cowboys, right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Listen, I'm showing my age. I'm 52. There used to be a show on television, and you can watch the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, try out for the team. It was fun for me. I liked the show. But I'm just saying, those were all skinny little bitches. I'm a thick bitch. Excuse me. Excuse me. I forgot who I'm talking to. I'm speaking to you like we're family, but we are siblings. We are siblings. I'm a big girl. You know what I mean? Always have been. But you get to change your own story. Whatever you desire to happen will, as long as it's fair and just. Don't wish for anything to hurt someone just because someone hurt you. This whole reading says, let go because the new is coming in. Walk away. Don't hold on to anything or anyone that does not serve you, that doesn't make you happy. And at the bottom of the deck, we got the Page of Cups, and that's happy news. Happy news is yes. Yes. You want to change your circumstances? Yes, you can. You're asking the divine for something, whomever you pray to? Yes, you can have it. It's the truth. You can. I promise that. I know that for a fact. But how do you get it? You got to believe. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Cancer. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. And those of you who know that, I had given up jelly beans for a little while. Those cravings are back. I sent my daughter to the store for some jelly beans. So I'm trying to rush to get offline with you so I can open the bag and eat some jelly beans. I'm just saying. Do I believe I'm worthy? So Cancers, do you believe that you're worthy of this new beginning? Do you believe that you're worthy of asking for something and it will be given to you? Do you know that you can have whatever you ask for? You won't get everything, but you can have anything. You are worthy. You are deserving. You are loved. Start seeing the divine beauty within you and go out and claim the life you have dreamt of. Your crown has been brought and paid for. Put it on your head. Put it on your head. It's as simple as that. Put it on your head. This is my crown. This is my mother's hat. When my mom went into the hospital, this was the hat she had on when she crossed. And before she crossed, she said, cornrow my hair. I said, for real, Ma? She said, braid my hair. And I did. And this her hat. I love this hat. I dog it out. It's faded and everything, but I still feel like I'm cute with it. I believe and I receive the beauty within this hat. Because it was a beautiful woman that wore it. But today's soul action, Cancer, for a big goal or dream that you have, ask yourself, do you feel worthy of it? And I hope your answer is yes. Today's mantra, I am worthy of it all. Plain and simple. At the bottom of the deck, babe, I struggle with that card. Can you let me see a pair of glasses? I struggle with that card. Look, I wear bifocals. True story. I need some glasses on. What expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? Thank you. So what expectations do you have that are impossible to meet? Listen, I need these things. Ooh, I was struggling, but we made it through that card. The expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. We then experience disappointment. Remember, I said you can have anything you want, but you won't get everything. That's a true story. My daughter, she hates when I say that, but it is a fact. So imagine asking the universe for $10 whole. You say to the universe, look, I need $10. I need it right now. It's a need. It's not a want. It's a need. So the universe says, I got you. I see you need the 10, but I'm going to give you 8. I'm going to see what you're going to do with 8. So you got it. Now here you go complaining. Well, I asked for 10. Damn it. You got 8. That was more than what you had. You're only shy of 2. So whatever you ask for, you will get, but you just won't get everything. So anytime that you ask for something, I'm not asking for 10. I'm going to be like 20 because I know I need 10, but I'm going to ask for 20 because I know the universe is like, okay, I want to see if I can trust her. I want to see if she's going to do the right thing with it. So the universe may only give me 18. True story. So you can have anything you want, but you just won't get everything. Learn the difference so you'll stop being disappointed. That's just like with people. Oh, you put all your trust into a person. Hi, how are you? And you like, oh, this person said they love me. They never leave me. Listen. Words. Action. Speak louder than words. So if you want your actions to speak louder, then you have to be louder. $10? Or do you really want more? Because you can ask for extra. So you can have some for a rainy day. You got to be specific. The expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. We then experience disappointment with ourselves or with a relationship when they are not met. It's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them with gratitude. So that $10 you asked for, instead of complaining and being anal that you didn't receive the whole 10 and you got 8, be grateful because it was more than what you had. Today's soul action, be grateful. You are being summoned to more peace. Peace is home for our soul, and it is accompanied by trust. It comes when you surrender and focus only on what you can control. If you expect nothing and are grateful for everything, you will experience extreme fulfillment. You have to be grateful for everything. Listen, I'm grateful for everything. Do you know when my husband and I, we go out, we're married, right? And he hates when I do unhealthy things. A soda, some juice, a frappe. He hates when I do that, because he's healthy. You know what I mean? Meaning he does right. Listen, I'm the one that'll sabotage us all, okay? I'm going to get the M&Ms. I'm getting the Snick. I'm even going to stop by the ice cream store and get me some butter pecan, little bit of strawberry. You know what I'm saying? If they don't mind me adding one more flavor, I'm going to do so, right? And then he'll be like, I don't want no ice cream. But I'm like, I do. Listen, I'm grateful because even though he doesn't want to pull over and stop me by the ice cream parlor, even when we're in the grocery store, he don't want me to get those M&Ms. He'll let me. And he'd be like, you got to do better. If you want to live longer, you got to do better. But I'm grateful that he doesn't dog me out. I'm grateful that he will pull the car over to feed my habit. Now, don't judge. It's sugar. Some of y'all on alcohol like crazy, killing that liver. Some of y'all on that, that booger sugar. I don't do none of that. But call me, we can talk about it. There's ways to get off. But there was a time that I'm just joking. Listen, my jokes are distasteful, let me tell you. But there was a time that I didn't have sugar for like 4 years. 4 years I was off of sugar. And one time I was hooked. Just like that. But cancers, this is a beautiful reading. There's something you need to let go of so you can start this new beginning. It's as simple as, I'm not going to let people worry me. Or I'm not going to let a certain person get up under my skin. Just release and then bring in what you desire. Listen, we know how to do it, Cancers. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. I send to you nothing but love and light. For all the messages, I'm going to look them back over. Really, I'm about to hit you in your inbox. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the gifts. Most importantly, your time. The new followers, thank you. I will be back tomorrow, but thank you so much. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. Don't forget to hit share. I forgot to say that. But share, like. I'm going to post clips on my page. This will be sent over to my YouTube platform, and you can rewatch it over there as well. To the other people that watch me to take my contact, monkey see, monkey do. I'm petty like that. I'm that July Cancer, the 22nd, the last day, with that Leo cuss. I'm different. Good night. Thank you.